These are all of the final Season 3 patch notes, and there are some pretty wild changes in this video. So first up, the World Tour has been added. This is the new cash-out game mode because Terminal Attack is replacing the ranked mode, and in this mode you are going to be able to level up from bronze to gold and beyond in 2 to 3 week tournament cycles. Kyoto 1568 is the new Japanese map that has been added. Terminal Attack is now the official ranked game mode. You can level up from bronze all the way to ruby, which is only for the top 500 players at the end of the season. There are 96 rewards in the Battle Pass, 26 of which are for free, and it comes with 1575 multi-bucks. The new weapons include the recurve bow for the light, the dual blades for the medium, and the spear for the heavy. The new tools include the thermal bore for the light, which is pretty similar to a breach charge, but it's for longer range, and the winch claw, which is basically Roadhog's hook from Overwatch. This is for the heavy. There is an entire new career circuit, which is going to be for those of you that like to get free cosmetics. Text chat has also finally been added to the game. Light's health regeneration has been buffed from 10 seconds to 7 seconds, however this is not affected in the ranked Terminal Attack game mode. Medium's health regeneration has been buffed from 10 seconds to 9 seconds, also not applied in the ranked game mode. The Guardian Turret is now the default specialization instead of the Healing Beam, and the Glitch Trap is now the default item instead of the Defibrillator for the medium. Getting hit by goo will now block movement specializations such as Evasive Dash. The Winch Claw has received a nerf since lots of content creators tried it out and deemed it too strong. Its max range went from 20 meters to 17, its cooldown went from 6 to 7 when you miss a target, its cooldown went from 6 to 7s when you hit a carryable or a teammate statue. When you hit players, cash-outs or terminals, the cooldown is now 14 seconds instead of 12. For the breach charge, the ammo count has increased from 1 to 2. The cooldown of it, however, has been pushed from 15 to 26. The player damage has also been decreased from 200 to just 80. The data reshaper has increased ammo count from 1 to 2, and an increased cooldown from 15 seconds to 26 seconds. The gas grenade has a higher radius from 4.5 meters to 5 meters. The glitch trap has been completely reworked. It is no longer a proximity detonation device. Instead, the glitch trap now has a line of sight application, so if an enemy player stands within range and in line of sight to the trap, it will attach a tether to them. Tethered players have the glitch effect applied to them, preventing them from using specializations and gadgets and disrupting their HUD. Players will need to break the line of sight to the trap, destroy it, or get out of range of it to remove the effect. The size of the goo wall created by the goo grenade has been increased from a 2x4 to a 2x6. Getting hit by goo will now block the evasive dash and the grapple hook. The cooldown regeneration on the Guardian turret now starts when the turret is destroyed instead of when it is deployed. Additionally, players can now destroy their own turrets to restart its cooldown. The motion sensor has got a rework. It no longer sends out impulses at regular intervals for detection. Instead, it now also has a line of sight application. If an enemy player stands within range and in line of sight to the device, the sensor will attach a tether to them. Tethered players will be scanned by the motion sensor, allowing friendly players to see them through the walls. Players will need to break the line of sight to the sensor or destroy it to remove the scanning effect. So pretty similar to the glitch grenade. Smoke grenade ammo count has been increased from 2 to 3, and the cooldown has been increased from 45 to 50. Sonar grenade detection radius has been increased from 10 to 15 meters. Players are now unable to use specializations when the glitch status is applied. The 9-3R now has an updated recoil pattern, making the weapon much easier to control and hopefully making headshots easier to achieve. Its fire rate has been decreased from 260 to 210 RPM. Its automatic recoil recovery duration has been decreased from 0.72 seconds to 0.7 seconds, making the weapon easier to control. The damage fall of start distance has been increased from 15 meters to 23 meters, meaning the weapon will do max damage at longer ranges now. Increase the damage fall off max distance from 22 meters to 35 meters, increasing the range before damage fall off is fully applied. Decrease the damage fall off multiplier at max range from 65% to 45%, meaning the weapon will do less damage at longer ranges now. The CO40's damage has been decreased from 110 to 93. The fire rate has been increased from 250 to 275 RPM. Its pump action duration has been decreased from 0.7 seconds to 0.65 seconds, and its self-damage multiplier has been decreased from 1 second to 0.75 seconds, reducing how much damage the grenades do to the player that uses them. The FAMAS's automatic recoil recovery duration has been decreased from 1 second to 0.8 seconds, making the weapon easier to control. The delay before recoil recovery begins has been decreased from 0.8 seconds to 0.7 seconds, making the weapon easier to control, and its damage has been increased from 23 to 24. For the KS-23, the pump action duration has been decreased from 0.7 to 0.575 seconds. The Lewis gun's recoil pattern has been updated yet again, making the weapon easier to control for the first few bullets in the sequence, but then making the weapon recoil more the longer the trigger is held. Its damage has also been decreased from 25 to 22. The LH-1's firing animation has been updated, which should make it easier to use. Its fire rate has been decreased from 300 to 280 RPM. The bullet dispersion has been decreased when crouching and standing still, making the weapon more accurate. Increased player damage from 49 to 52. The M60 has received yet another recoil pattern update, increasing the recoil more during the first few bullets, but then making it easier to control for the rest of the sequence. Its damage has also been decreased from 22 to 19. The SH-1900's pellet damage has been increased from 10 to 13 per pellet. Its fire rate has been decreased from 100 to 80 RPM. Its pellet dispersion pattern size has been increased, making the weapon less accurate at range. For the sledgehammer, the camera animations has been updated for when you are sprinting, which should reduce motion sickness for some players. Throwing knife's projectile speed has been decreased for the primary attacks from 16.5 meters per second to 14.75. The projectile air drag of primary attacks has been decreased from 7.5 to 7, allowing the projectile to travel further. The projectile speed of secondary attacks has been increased from 13.8 to 18.5 meters per second. The projectile air drag of secondary attacks has been increased from 4 to 5.5, increasing the speed at which the projectile slows down. V9S damage has increased from 36 to 37. Glitch barrel radius has decreased from 6 to 3.5 meters. The size of the goo wall created by the goo barrel has been decreased from a 2x6 to a 2x4. Toxic barrel radius has been decreased from 5 meters to 3.5 meters. In terminal attack, players must now interact with the terminal in order to deliver the decryption key rather than throwing it into the terminal. Increase the throw distance of the decryption key now that it cannot be thrown into the terminal, allowing for more passing of the key. Added warm-up zones to terminal attack, limiting where players can move to for the first 25 seconds of the match. This provides more time for the defending team to prepare. Carryable canisters now respawn at the start of each round in terminal attack, making sure each team gets access to the same amount each round. The specific combinations of team and objective spawn locations in ranked terminal attack now occur in the same sequence in both halves of the match, making matches fairer. Added unique names to all terminal locations in the arenas. These are displayed when looking at the terminals and in the lobby screen. Added a player count notification when contestants are eliminated. Added icons in the arena and to the HUD to highlight eliminated teammates and their location. Added ranked terminal attack mode with the best of 13, first to 7 format. In ranked terminal attack, if the match starts without full teams, the game will be automatically abandoned early and players will return to the queue. This is done to ensure games start in a good condition. Added a half-time reset of destruction to ranked terminal attack mode so that both teams have the same starting conditions as their opponent when defending or attacking. Now we get to the map changes. Terminal attack spawn locations have been updated for Las Vegas and for Monaco. On Skyway Stadium, the terminal attack map pool has been added. Also on Skyway, tweaked the power shift related spawn points inside the construction area so that players are better oriented towards the platform's path. On Cis Horizon, updated terminal attack spawn scenarios. There were also a lot of content and bug fixes in the rest of the patch notes. However, I'm not going to read all of these out since it would just make the video too long, but if you want to read them yourselves, you can pause the video as I am scrolling through. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.